So the big news yesterday at Comic-Con was that Chris Nolan and Matthew McConaughey made a surprise visit to Hall H during the Paramount panels for Interstellar. They also brought along a new Interstellar trailer that they showed to the audience, and it's something I guess they said that the general audience isn't going to see. Nolan said the reason why he wanted to go, he said, he thought it would be a fun thing to do to come down and see what all the fuss is about. He also talked more about the movie. We know Interstellar is they're kind of being very secretive about what the movie is actually about. But he said this: to be an astronaut was the highest ambition. He said the idea to keep exploring space farther and farther. It fell off greatly. We are in a period of incredible technological change, but it's about what's in your pocket, your living room. I like the idea that we are on the cusp of a brand new era and we are traveling outwards more. So what do you think about Chris Nolan and Matthew McConaughey visiting Comic-Con?
Firstly, I'm really jealous because I was so close to that and I didn't even know that they were there. I was on the press lines for Paramount, but they didn't come and do any press afterwards. But I heard from some of the stars who were talking about other projects that they had seen Matthew McConaughey and Christopher Nolan. I would have geeked out if I saw those two. Yesterday, when we were at the AMC booth, I could see some new Interstellar footage playing, and it looked like the new trailer, but the sound was down, so I couldn't see what was happening. But reading about the things that he said, I love that he's comparing this to 2001: Space Odyssey. He did say, Nolan, that he didn't want to list all the films that have influenced Interstellar because then people would start picking it apart. But he loved Blade Runner when he was young, and 2001, a big influence. So it's just all sounding really good. I am pumped for this movie. Everything I hear sounds amazing.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I love the fact that he compared it to people losing their interest in outer space. Because when I was a kid, everyone was interested in space. Everyone wanted to go to outer space. And I want to live in a world where I get a sweet Christopher Nolan movie. I get that intrigue. I get that mystery. I get that mind-blowing kind of sensation when I walk out of the movie. And then I walk out and I go, I want to look into outer space now. I want to get my telescope out and start looking at the stars, you know. I want to feel like a kid again, but have like the intellectual mind-blowing that only an adult can get from a Christopher Nolan movie. Best of all worlds, man. That's all I want.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I was actually really surprised, probably even more surprised than the people that were in Hall H, just because Christopher Nolan, he's known to be very secretive, and he doesn't really like to get out there and he kind of likes to let his work speak for him. And just the fact that he showed up to such a place where, there are so many Nolan fanboys.
Oh, I mean,
there are a few at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
just a few.
Yeah. Just one or two.
They just kind of worship at the altar of Nolan, and just to come to the kind of the mecca of that, I thought was very surprising. Yeah, I like all the stuff that they're saying. I like what Matthew McConaughey says about the movie, saying that it's the most ambitious movie that Christopher Nolan has done, and this is coming from
so exciting.
Someone that did Inception and did all these other movies. So the fact that Matthew McConaughey says that means that this is gonna be, hopefully, much like with Inception, like a lot of new stuff that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, and I love how Matthew was saying that he met with Christopher Nolan for 3 hours and left going, I have no idea what that movie is about. Yeah. And that's pretty much what we've all been saying about Interstellar. I have no idea what it's about. He gave a little bit more plot details yesterday, but still have no idea what it's going to be about, but it doesn't matter. Christopher Nolan, it's space, it's all right, Matthew McConaughey in an astronaut suit, I am there.
Yeah, it being a Nolan movie, it's one of those things where, when the movie, before it comes out, they're going to say, like, ooh, this is the most ambitious project ever. But if it's a Nolan movie coming from McConaughey, you're like, I believe it. Like, I buy the fact that I don't think it's just BS. I think it actually might be the most ambitious movie in the past few years.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to actually see the new trailer. Right. Unfortunately, I was not in Hall H.
Yeah. There are people out there who have seen it, who are watching this right now, and they're like, do we know?
People are raving on Twitter, on Facebook, and all that stuff about it. So
I know. This is my 4th Comic-Con, and I've never been inside Hall H.
Really?
So I've always been on the press lines, covering all the interviews for people, and I've never been able to get in there. And I've always said I wish they had a link up to Hall H in the press room, so you could actually see what people are seeing and what they're showing. Because then the stars come out, and you're like, what did you see? What did you show? Like, there's not much you can talk about. And that one particularly, I'm really sad I missed out on it. But I'm glad that he made the effort for fans.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.